Hey, bro, this was heavily requested, so I got y'all. But there's one issue. Everything was going good, bro. I had already made one player, but I decided I would start things over just to get off on a better foot, you know what I'm saying? So I decided to make a speed halfback instead of a power halfback, and I'm only gonna play offense in this playthrough. None of that has anything to do with my issue though. My issue is that I didn't have any game sound. This was the first player of my first game, and I didn't realize it until like the third play. I'm not gonna lie, I just wasn't really paying attention.
You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
Anyway, bro, if you've never played College Football Revamped, it's basically just NCAA 14 with updated rosters. Now, for those of you who still want to play this, just know this game hasn't been updated since 2024. So basically, all the players that got drafted in 2024, like Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison Jr., all those guys are in this game. So if you guys want to play this game, I would advise you to think of this as College Football 24. If I'm being honest, bro, NCAA 14 is probably my most played game of all time. I was playing this game while I still had college football aspirations. I really debated on making a defensive end because that's what I used to play back in high school. Now, the reason I did is because I don't want to be an old head that's reliving his high school days. Back then, I used to make a defensive end and put him across from Clowney on South Carolina. It's kind of ironic now because I can't stand Clowney, bro. You know, I'm an Eagles fan. Bro definitely single-handedly destroyed our team. But Clowney's hit against Michigan was probably one of the greatest defensive end clips of all time, bro. If you played outside linebacker or defensive end around that time, you definitely want to make a play just like that. Now I'm becoming you know, I'm becoming an old head. I don't have football dreams anymore. It's over. But I think the person that makes plays closest to that is definitely that dude from Ohio State, Arvell Reese. I just watched that dude's highlight tape. He's literally throwing around tackles and guards like it's nothing. They're grown men, bro. Have some damn mercy, bro. Anyway, back to this game, bro. So my first game against this National City team was played on varsity. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every game from this point on is gonna be played on All-American until I get to college. I'm bumping it up to Heisman. The reason I left it on varsity is because I just forgot to change it. I'm not gonna lie to you. And because I was watching the Eagles game, bro. I really just wanted to chill. I wasn't even planning on playing the game today. Speaking of which, bro, hey, Kevin Patullo, bro. If they don't fire him by tomorrow afternoon, I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. I'm not gonna do anything really, but man, just get rid of that guy. Before this dude's calling plays from a Madden 07 playbook, bro. Bro, this picture might actually be disrespectful to Brian Johnson, and he was horrible too, bro. We just choked so bad to the Cowboys. I just told my friends who are Cowboy fans, man, just GG's, bro. There's nothing else I could say. If this was like a year ago, I would have been raging. But I feel like these days you just gotta expect it, bro. And it's like, I know my team is 8-3, you know, it's not a bad record at all by any means, but you don't play the game of football just to have a good record, bro. You play the game of football to win championships, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't about to win no damn championships with Kevin Patullo at offensive coordinator, bro. You might as well put me at offensive coordinator. Anyway, guys, so look, what I want to do eventually is I want to create more builds in this game. I might play DN, I might play receiver. I don't know yet. One thing I like to do when I'm creating these players is I like to base them off of real players. So when I was making the speed running back, I was thinking about the Heisman Challenge, and who's the first person that pops up in the Heisman Challenge? Barry Sanders. Of course, there's other great running backs that will fit that bill, like Chris Johnson, Jamal Charles, people like that. But then again, sometimes I just be throwing a name on it. Because if you ever play NCAA 14's Road to Glory, then you know that the way that you upgrade your player is a little wonky. Once you get to college, it's somewhat easy to gain XP, and then you can unlock permanent upgrades to your player. Sometimes those permanent upgrades actually cost a lot. They also offer one game boost, which will actually increase your attributes by a lot. So maybe one game I want to play like Adrian Peterson, and then the next I want to play like, I don't know, Barry Sanders, Saquon. I guess what I'm trying to say is, should I recreate this player as a balanced halfback? Because if I do that, I could just mimic a running back's playstyle every other video. Or would you guys like for me to try to get Heisman as soon as possible? I mean, it'll probably be like my sophomore year. I don't know if I could do it my freshman year. Just for the simple fact that this game is actually a lot harder than like a College Football 26's Road to Glory. The base game, NCAA 14, came out on July 9th, 2013. So of course I'm not gonna know the meta, I'm not gonna know the best playstyles or the best plays in general. Because realistically, I haven't played this game since like 2015 maybe. So even though right now in high school I'm gonna run for like 200 yards, bro, there's still gonna be a learning curve just due to the fact that I'm not as familiar with this game anymore. And I think that makes for better gameplay too, because with College Football 26 or Madden 26, I'm already used to those games. So if my team is down, I already know what cheesy plays I can call. Now look, I've said this before, but I will say it again. I will let you guys make suggestions for the gameplay as far as like handicaps or whatever I should go through. Doesn't mean I'm gonna listen to you. Because no cap, I've been seeing some outrageous comments. Some of y'all need to chill. But like I said, I'll take it into consideration. Like if for some crazy reason you remember what the worst archetype or the worst build was in this game, I might do it. But like looking back on my underdog series from College Football 26, bro, it wasn't that fun. At first I thought it was fun because I mean you struggle a little bit. Like you're a 60 something overall, of course you're gonna struggle. But after a while, bro, once you hit a certain point, you realize that grind is kind of pointless. I started rushing for like 150 yards once I hit like a 70 something overall. Now like I said before, I know this game isn't easy like College Football 26, but I'm still not scared of a challenge for real. But like I do with anything in life, I'm just gonna wing it honestly. Hey bro, hold on. As I'm recording this, we just hit 672 subscribers, bro. Hold on, wait a minute, bro. I'm gonna be real. I'm so grateful for y'all, bro. For everybody that subscribed, every single one of y'all, bro. I'm so grateful for all of you. The reason I don't take any follow or subscription for granted, bro, is because I didn't think I would even get to this point, honestly. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, bro, one of the first posts I ever made was a 2K26 video. I made that back in September, bro. That video ended up with like 3 views. Man, out of those 3 views, I was probably 2 of them. So I had previously mentioned, bro, after leaving that video up for a little while, you start feeling a little bit discouraged because it's like, damn, nobody likes this product that you're putting out. It kind of put me in a funk where I felt like, damn, maybe I shouldn't do this YouTube stuff. Maybe I should just quit. Or kind of feeling like, damn, maybe my videos aren't good enough yet. And I mean, truthfully, they weren't. They got a lot better since then. But starting this month off, I had 101 subscribers. I'm 101 Dalmatians. Just from posting shorts. And of course, shout out to those 101 people. But to see it rise from 101 to now 672 is kind of crazy. Of course, I don't want to get caught up in that number because I actually want to build a solid community one day. I just feel like there's a different sense of happiness when you put out a product or you put out, well, let's just say a video and people actually like it. That's why every time somebody DMs me on TikTok, I'm not koozie, by the way. You might want to go check that out. I love to respond to them and just tell them that I actually appreciate them. Because even though I'm not at the point where I want to be, we're still building. And I wouldn't have even gotten to this point without anybody's support. So before I end that topic, bro, just know, shout out to y'all. Anyway, look, bro, we're almost 6 minutes into the video and we're still stuck on the first game, bro. This run right here is going to put me at 150 rushing yards on about 18 attempts. So we're just going to skip to the next game. So I ended up getting player of the game and they ended up giving me play of the game, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, this little spin move I did was kind of nasty. Breaking two people's ankles, getting the defender stuck on the blocker and running in for the touchdown. That was probably the highlight of the game for real. So they got it right. One thing I loved about this game is you start as a 1-star and you have to work your way up. Another thing that's cool is the schools have to come to you, bro. You got to work your way up to those good schools. At this point, I went ahead and I buffed up the difficulty just a little bit to All-American and I turned down the quarter length. Now the player speed threshold, I accidentally changed that. I was supposed to change the game speed, but I fixed that later. Bro, a feature that I think is so underrated is the ability to return punts or kick returns in this game. And the fact that I was able to drop this ball, I just fumbled it. That made this game so much more fun. Little things like that add a lot to the game. So look, since I put this game on All-American, I kind of locked in a little bit. Like somebody had let me know, All-American is better for simulation anyway. Am I the only one that felt like the route running in this game was just so much easier and it just felt more fluid? Look at that double juke. Oh my gosh. And then if they would just add like a little replay system just like this one, I know I keep comparing the new games, bro, but just think of NCAA 14 with brand new graphics. It would go so hard, bro. Hey, EA Sports, bring me in as a consultant, bro, because with my ideas, y'all sales are gonna skyrocket. If I'm being real, I know I'm probably banned from every EA location ever. I'll be talking kind of crazy about them, bro, but I just want them to do better. You know what I'm saying? I look at EA Sports as like that friend that got strung out a little bit when they were younger, and you trying to get them back on track, but they just don't listen. Like you trying to push them into rehab, and they just don't want to go. Now I'm done because some of y'all say I complain too much, so I'm just not gonna talk about it anymore. Because am I one of those people that's gonna complain and it's still by the game later? Of course I am. I mean, from now on, I'm only gonna stick to college football games because I really don't like Madden anymore. And look, that right there is a hint for all the people who keep telling me to play Madden, bro. I don't want to play Madden. Side note, look at this double juke. Oh my god, it was so nasty. I'm not gonna act like today's animations are bad, bro. I actually do like College Football 26's. Well, some of their jukes. Like I will say the base one where you're not holding sprint is kind of bad, but you can mix up like a dead leg into a spin or the double spin, or you can do a double juke, bro. It gets nasty. Even Madden 26 actually has some really good juke moves, bro. Like the basic juke, it's kind of like a cut move. I actually do like that one a lot. If these games would just add some simple things like punt returns, kick returns, it would make everything so much better. Like let me play these less desired positions like offensive line, defensive line, tight end, whatever, bro. Just let me play every position. Being stuck to certain positions just for superstar mode or for superstar KO, whatever it's called, is terrible. But anyway, I mean, I guess I'll just enjoy NCAA 14 still, you know? Like, bro, the fact that you can play defensive tackle in this game is pretty cool if you ask me. And now that I said that, I might have to make my Jalen Carter / Aaron Donald build now. I'm either do that or make a safety build just because it's something different. It's something that's not in the game anymore. You know what? I'm actually need your help for that, guys. Should I make a safety, defensive tackle, or defensive end? You guys let me know. Those are all the positions we can't play anymore that are in NCAA 14 still. That being said, bro, this video is coming to a close. If you made it this far, bro, I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you for sticking around. But shoot, bro, it's your boy Koozie, bro. I'm out.